Excellent stuff. Okay. Good morning and welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Chris, and I'm one of the content and training specialists here at Shortcuts. So what we're going to be going through today is, of course, our marketing masterclass. So a very good morning and welcome to you if this is your first time joining with us. If you've never joined us before, thank you ever so much. Great to have you on board. So before we get started, if you have been on any of our masterclasses before, you will know there's a small amount of housekeeping just before we do get started. My microphone has been switched on, whereas everyone else has automatically been muted upon entry. But if you do want to chat with me, feel free to unmute yourself or anything like that. I do always say, make it interactive, make it live. Feel free to chat with me, ask any questions throughout if you wish to. The duration of this session is going to be approximately 60 minutes. It may be a little bit less, it may be a little bit more. I do always try and keep it to the hour because I understand you may be joining me in between clients or your lunch break or your day off. All very much appreciated having you on board. Excellent stuff. So, cloud marketing campaigns. Of course, this morning, we are going to be running through marketing, and this can all be found in the cloud appointment book. So with the majority of our masterclasses, you're probably very privy to this fact by now. We often have a very small PowerPoint presentation at the beginning, and then we move into our live demonstration. The majority of this morning's masterclass is going to be a live demonstration. I want it to be fun. I want it to be interactive, but we've got a small teaser introduction here of our cloud marketing campaigns. So when we say campaigns, we mean our newsletters, our emails, our offers, our communication with our clients is what we refer to as a campaign. And in front of us here, you will see the types of campaign we have on offer. Now, you don't need to worry about writing these down or anything like that. We've got them all in the marketing setup screen anyway. So we're just going to quickly run through what we've got here. We have got our new client welcome. Okay, so a very common and a very popular one. We've got the new client welcome text message or email. We've got the time to see you again. We've got the we miss you, the happy birthday, and the referral. Now, those sort of top 4 or 5 ones there, I always say they're my bread and butter ones. They're the ones we should all be at least using one of, because we're always going to have new clients. We're always going to have non-returning clients. Every client's going to have a birthday. So they're sort of our everyday bread and butter ones. Then we've got our appointment acknowledgement, we've got our no-show, and we've got our pre-arrival instructions. Now, you will receive some of my top shortcuts tips when it comes to marketing. So please make sure you do stay tuned throughout the whole session if you can. But there are bread and butter ones right there, ladies and gents. There are cloud marketing campaigns, and we're going to look at those in just a few moments in a little bit more detail. So, of course, we need to discuss why our customers love it. So what is so fantastic about our marketing campaigns? Well, of course, it's quick and it's simple to use. You're going to see in less than 60 minutes, we can activate 3 to 4 different campaigns. So it's very quick, it's very simple to use, and it uses what we call a super simple editor. Okay, so you can still make some fantastic changes to it, but it's nice and simple to use. It's accessible from a web browser. So if you've ever used a cloud appointment book before, you can do this on the train, you can do this on the move, you can do it on the holiday, and you'll see you can even do it in between clients or on a lunch break. And it's all accessible from a web browser. All you need is that cloud appointment book link. It's accessible via a security level. So you might be thinking, well, I've got quite a few of my staff members set up with the cloud, Chris, but I don't want everybody to be able to do this. I don't want them sending out, random Mother's Day things and new client things. I want full control. So it is, of course, accessible via a security level. And we're going to take a look at all of this in our live demonstration. Wording and images are customizable. So you can see you can add your own logos in, you can add your own images in. It's nice and simple to use. Send times for ongoing send times for ongoing campaigns are preset, but are customizable. So we preset them to get the ball rolling. You don't have to change them if you don't want to, but we preset them. But you know what? If you want to customize them, if you want to change it from 10 to 10:30 for it to be sent out, That's entirely up to you. You can do that. It's completely customizable as well. You can preview and send tests before activating them. So you're going to all make them look fantastic. I trust in each and every single one of you. You're going to make them look absolutely gorgeous. But if you want to preview them, if you want to send yourself a test, maybe to your managers, to the owners, directors, whoever it may be, send yourself a test. Just double check everything, make those tweaks if you need to. Then we can activate them with a click of a button. And of course, you can set up both SMS and emails as well. Now, I'm going to show you a handy tip and a trick when it comes to activating both email and SMS, because of course, understandably, you might not want your clients to receive duplicates. You might not want to receive both a text message and an email. You may feel that's a little bit overkill. So you can send out both SMS and email, but I'm going to show you a top tip when it comes to activating SMS and email together. They can be made inactive with a touch of a button as well. So you may find that this particular campaign isn't quite working for you. It's not doing everything you need to do. Or you just need to simply go back, change the odd word, adjust the offer, whatever you need to do. Once it's active, you can then make it inactive again with a touch of a button. It's nice and simple. It's designed to be really straightforward. And you can check your return on investments for the campaign sent. So for those campaigns that we've created, those happy birthday ones, those new client ones, those campaigns that maybe feature a discount or an offer, we want to check our return on investment. Okay, so it's very important, that phrase there, return on investment. We want to see just how well that campaign is working for us. Do we need to tweak it? Well, of course, we know we can deactivate it with the touch of a button. Do we need to adjust it, or do we need to pull it? Did it not quite work for us? It may be a learning curve. So that is it for our PowerPoint, ladies and gents, for this morning. We're now going to move directly into our live demonstration. I'm going to show you a little bit of background setup when it comes to our marketing. Some of you may have already done this. So the background what we're about to look at now, please don't worry if it's already done. It's no problem whatsoever. Once we've done that background information, we can jump straight into our campaigns. We can look at creating gorgeous emails, gorgeous text messages, and you'll see you can get those sent out with just a few clicks. So from here, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up our Shortcuts Fusion system. Now, the reason we're going to open up our Shortcuts Fusion system is we're going to talk about adding in discount codes, okay? Now, the reason we add in these discount codes is for that phrase I said a few moments ago, that return on investment, okay? So if you're going to create a campaign that offers discount, we always create a discount code that can be redeemable at the point of sale screen, but at the same time will allow us to track. It gives us a paper trail. Now, of course, you could just take £5 off the bill, but then we've got no paper trail. We've got no way of knowing why we gave that discount. So we do the discount for our return on investment. So to set up a discount code in our Fusion system, to the right-hand side of our navigation bar, we're just going to click on to Setup, and then we're going to click on to Configuration. Over on the left-hand side, we've got our third option down that says Discounts. Now, you may have a drop-down menu at the top here, and you may already have some pre-existing discounts. Not a problem. If they're all in there, not a problem whatsoever. Now, some of you may notice as you look at these, you may notice, for example, we've got some preset ones: email birthday, email miss you, email new client, and email referral. Now, don't worry if you haven't got those. We'll talk about that in just a sec. But some of you may already have these discount codes already created. Now, you may remember from the beginning, we have those as our sort of bread and butter campaigns. We've already created these ones for you. If you don't have those, it's not a problem. We can simply recreate them, or they may be inactive on your database. So all you would need to do at the top center of your screen here is just simply click where it says Show Inactive, and they may just appear again. And then if they do, just simply click onto them and then just click the active box to the right hand side and then save. But if they don't appear for whatever reason, not a problem whatsoever. You can create your own from scratch. So to create one from scratch, all we do is we simply click the new icon. Now, of course, you may be doing this if you're not wanting to do a We Miss You or a birthday. You might want to do a King's Coronation. You might want to do a Father's Day, anything like that. All we would do is click onto new, and then we would type in the reason name. I always like to add in the percentage or the monetary value next to it as well, just to make our life a little bit easier. But again, you don't have to do any of that if you don't want to. Then all we do is we click the done icon on the small pop-up window. And towards the center top of our screen, where it says default no discount, this is where we're going to link the discount. So we're going to bridge the gap. We're going to say this is either going to be a monetary value, which would fall under the fixed amount option, or a percentage, which would fall under the percentages just here. Now, if you want to use a percentage that, for example, isn't here, so for example, maybe 55%, something along those lines, if it doesn't appear from the drop-down list, all we do in the top right is we click onto the second or the first grey tab where it says add default. And you can add that default percentage in, such as 55%. And you'll now notice it will appear from your drop-down menu just here. You can add in a description and an expiry date if applicable. Towards the lower half of the screen, you will notice we have 3 tick boxes where it says discount can be applied to products, services, and series. Now you'll notice if it says discount can be applied to product, if we don't want this particular discount to be applied to a product, we can tick or untick this box here. And we can untick this box here. And it will then only be redeemable off of services and series. So that basically just adds an extra layer of security, or an extra level of security. Now, underneath that, you may also notice there is a tick box here that says default amount cannot be changed at POS. Default amount cannot be changed at point of sale. Now, we have said our default amount is 5% or 10% or 55% or a monetary value. If we were to tick this box, again, that adds an extra level of security, just to say that that 5% cannot be changed at point of sale. Just stops anyone making any mistakes or being a little bit sneaky, should we say. So we want it to be 5%. We don't want it to be changed. Then all we do is we just click save. Then we just click done. And you may just have to give a quick restart to your shortcuts application for it to pull through to your cloud in a sec. So we create the discount code there, and in around 10 to 15 minutes time, it should pull through to your cloud. So we've created that discount code there so we can bridge the gap and track our return on investment for any email or text message campaigns that we use. So the first thing we did there was to create ourselves a nice little discount code. Now what we're going to do is we're going to open up our online console. Okay, now our online console is just a way to do a little bit of background information, a little bit of background check. Now there's 2 ways to open up the online console. The first way is to click underneath your pin screen here where it says console login. Okay, that's the first way. You can click onto that. Or you can go to your preferred internet browser and type the web address in, console.shortcutssoftware.com, console.shortcutssoftware.com. And we're going to do a little bit of background information. Now, at this stage, please don't worry. Some of you may have already done this. But what we're going to do is we're going to click the third option down on the left where it says Site Settings. And then just as we scroll down, we're just going to double check we've got our website and any relevant social media links. Now, with the relevant social media links, please ensure it does have the full URL, the HTTPS. We don't want it to just be at Shortcuts or at Salon or anything like that. It does need to be the full link, which you can grab from your URL web browser at the top once you've searched for that particular social media page. Now, the reason we add these social media links in here is they will pull through as a clickable and trackable link through your campaign that you get sent out via email. So it will appear on your emails automatically. So that's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to double check the website and any relevant social media links. Then from here, we're just going to scroll right down to the bottom and we're going to make sure we have ourselves a logo uploaded. So you can hear it says site logo. Now, again, that will all pull through automatically to your email campaigns. So once we've uploaded the logo, once we've uploaded those relevant website and social media links, they will all pull through automatically to your email campaigns. And then all we do is we just click save. Give it a few seconds to save. And then from there, we can open up our cloud appointment book. So I'm just going to go back to the beginning. So in our console, we clicked onto site settings and we uploaded the relevant logo and social media links to pull through automatically to our email campaigns. So we can now go to our cloud. And again, there's two ways to open up the cloud. The first way is to use your online console, which is where we are now. You can use this as a stepping stone. So in the top right-hand corner, you'll notice the top right-hand corner tile says Shortcuts Cloud. We can click onto that, or we can simply type in the relevant URL for the cloud, which is pos.shortcutssoftware.com, pointofsale.shortcutssoftware.com. Now, before we jump straight into our marketing campaigns, again, there's just one small amount of background information we just need to check. Now, we said at the beginning it was configurable via a security level. So you might be thinking again, do you know what, Chris? I've got all of my staff set up with the cloud, but I only want my site managers to be able to access marketing through the cloud. I don't want all of my employees to be able to do it. So it is accessible and configurable via a security level. So all we do once we're in our cloud is we just click the menu option in the top left-hand corner. And then we're just going to go down to general settings on the left-hand side. And then we're going to choose the option here that says roles. On the left-hand side, you should have your particular roles. The majority of people by default will have employee and site manager. Things such as assistant manager and beauty therapist, they are custom roles that have been created, which we'll discuss in our cloud appointment book masterclass in a couple of weeks' time. But if you want to change the level of access for employees, so you don't want your employees to have access to marketing, all we do is we click employee, scroll down to where we see the red word permissions. And then if we expand configuration, you'll notice there's an option here that says I can configure messages. Messages is what we refer to as our marketing. So you could toggle that from yes to no. And that would essentially mean that particular role type, i.e. employee, will not have access to configure messages. Excellent stuff. So our setup is complete. From here, let's just quickly recap. From the beginning, in our Shortcuts Fusion system, we looked at adding in discount codes or discount reason to bridge the gap to give us a return on investment for our campaigns. From there, we then went into site settings of the online console and we uploaded our logos and our social media links, which will all pull through automatically into the cloud. And then from there, we just very quickly looked at our role types and the levels of permissions and how to configure messages and restrict those messages if applicable for that particular role type. So from here, we can now jump straight into our marketing messages. At the top of the screen, you will notice we have an option that says messages. And on the left-hand side, we have all of our campaign types. So for example, you can see we have one-time campaigns. And we also have ongoing campaigns. One-time campaigns, think of these as a blast. They are quite simply sent out the once. Ongoing campaigns, often referred to as set and forget campaigns, will be sent out continuously until we deactivate them. They are ongoing. And you'll notice these are the ones I listed at the beginning, such as happy birthday, new client, referral, and so forth. Now, all of our campaigns, they all open up in pretty much exactly the same way. It's only the send schedule that will change. Think of the send schedule as basically the trigger. That's what will trigger the campaign to be sent. That's what will determine sending the campaign out, and of course, when it will actually be sent out. So the campaigns all open up in exactly the same way. You can edit them all in exactly the same way. It's only the send schedule that changes. So for example, let's take a look at one of my favorites, the appointment acknowledgement on the left-hand side. So this is categorized under our after booking. So appointment acknowledgement. Appointment acknowledgement is essentially a booking confirmation email and or text message. So your appointment acknowledgement, your booking confirmation. This will be whether you are using the online booking platform, whether you are using the Salon mobile guest app, over the phone or face-to-face. Okay, so essentially it's really all of your bookings. And you can see message customers about their new or changed appointments. And you can see we've got our send schedule. We can change it from minutes to hours to days after an appointment is created or changed. Now, this is not to be confused with your text message reminders, which typically go out 1 or 2 days before. This will be sent to go 30 minutes after an appointment is created or changed. So, for example, if I was to make an appointment today, but the actual appointment itself wasn't for 3 weeks' time, I would get my acknowledgement, I would get my confirmation in 30 minutes' time. And then in 2 weeks' time, when my actual appointment is, that's when I would then receive my text message reminder. So we get the confirmation, then we get the reminder. And also, this will be sent 30 minutes after an appointment is created or changed. So it could be a client was booked in for 1 p.m. on Monday, and then they go ahead a couple of days before, 3 days before, whichever it may be. They then go ahead and they log into online booking or the Salon mobile guest app, and they change the start time or the start date of their appointment. They will then automatically receive a new appointment acknowledgement. So you wouldn't need to do anything there. It does it all automatically. Now, also, just while we are here talking about this, I know we've all done it. We make the appointment for the client. Let's say we've got them face-to-face or over the phone. We make the appointment at 1 o'clock, they leave, and then we move it down to 1:15. And then we think, oh, was it 1 or was it 1:15? So we move it back to 1 o'clock, and then we move it back to 1:15 and back and forth. They won't receive 4 or 5 different appointment acknowledgement campaigns from the 1 to the 1:15 back to 1 o'clock and so forth. There is actually a 4-minute grace window to allow you to make those changes to the appointment. So if you do pop the appointment in and then move it down to 1:15 and then move it back to 1 o'clock, they're not going to receive 3 different campaigns. They're only going to receive 1. There's essentially a 4-minute grace security window to allow you to make those changes. Now, on the flip side, it is only if you change the start time. If you were to, in a week's time, drag the appointment down and move it from a 45-minute appointment to a 2-hour appointment, that doesn't affect the appointment acknowledgement. It's only if we change that start time. Okay, so you're free to make the appointments longer and shorter if you need to. So then underneath that, we've got 2 different platforms we can send it out by. We can send it out via email, or we can send it out via text message, or we can do both. Please be aware that your text messages will come out of your normal standard bundle. So let's take a look at our email first and foremost. So at the top here, we've got our display logo. Now that logo will pull through from your site settings all automatically. A display image is an additional image to maybe add into this particular email campaign to make it look even more attractive. So all you would do is tick the box there where it says display image, click on to choose file. You can grab one from Google, you can take your own. but I always say the display image should really befit this type of campaign. So maybe a nice image saying confirmed or you're booked, or you may wish to just have a picture of the salon. Then underneath, we've got the email subject. This is what will be received into the client's inbox. So shortcuts retreat booking confirmation, customer first name. Now, anything in these double brackets here, ladies and gents, this is what we refer to as a field or a personalized field. That essentially means it will bring that information through or automatically from shortcuts. You do not need to write them out one by one. So for instance, that would automatically go to me saying booking confirmation, Chris. Now, if you were to delete this out, that's perfectly fine to do so. You'll see I'll delete that out there. But if you do want to bring that personalized field back, all you do underneath is just click the drop down arrow and insert the field here. And it was customer first name. Just a handy tip, please do not write customer first name, because then it quite literally will say customer first name. Underneath, we've got the body of the email. Now, as we said right at the beginning in our introduction, this is a super simple editor, so you will notice the majority of the work has been done for you. So we can see, hi, customer first name. Again, this is a personalized field, which can be chosen from the drop-down menu. Thanks for your booking at Shortcuts Retreat Birmingham. We are located, Your booking details are as follows. Again, anything in these double squiggly brackets is what we refer to as a personalized field. Now, you can go ahead and change this if you need to, but you'll notice the majority of the hard work has been done for you. Underneath, we've got an offer box. Now, we're not going to worry about offers just for the time being. We're just going to hold fire on those just for a couple of minutes. We've got a book now button, and then we've also got a sign off button. Again, please don't worry about the book now button just for the time being. We're going to look at our sign off. Now, a sign off is essentially a signature or a footer, okay? So you might just want to pop your business email address down the bottom. You may just wish to put your phone number, anything like that. And again, you can type that information out, or you can use your personalized field options in the bottom right-hand corner. Now, as you've created your campaign and you've got it looking absolutely fabulous, all we're going to do is click onto preview. And then we can just see exactly how this campaign is going to look. Now, sometimes it does take a few moments to load up. Excellent stuff. So we can see at the top there, there's our logo that pulls through automatically from our site settings. There's the body of the email, and there are our social media links. And if we wanted to activate this campaign, all we do in the bottom right-hand corner is just simply click activate. And if you did want to deactivate it, activate just changes to deactivate. So that is our first campaign. You can see in less than 10 minutes, you can get a fabulous campaign created. So we're going to go back to our message type in the top left-hand corner. And we're going to look at another one of our firm favorites. We're going to look at the Happy Birthday campaign. And again, we can see the campaign name, the send schedule. This message will be sent at 10 a.m. each day to all clients who are having a birthday. Now we can change the gender. And we can also change the send time if applicable. Now this one is a little bit more restricted. We can only change the send time. We can't change the send date. Now, if you were to change the send time, just to make everyone aware, it can only go on the hour or half past the hour. So 10 a.m., 10:30, 11, 11:30, 12, and so forth. But again, underneath, we've got our email. We've got our display logo. We've got our display image. Now, again, we may wish to upload a nice image of cake and candles, or balloons, or a nice happy birthday image. So again, all we're going to do is click onto display image, click onto choose file, and we're going to upload that image there. Underneath, we've got the subject, happy birthday, and again, we've got those personalized fields, and we've got the body of the email. Now you'll notice it says, to help you celebrate, we thought we'd send you a little special birthday present, a voucher to use at your next appointment. Now, of course, if you do want to add that voucher in, remember right at the beginning, the very first thing we did in Fusion, in our main shortcut system, was to add in those discount codes. This is where it will now pull through to. So underneath, you'll notice we have an offer box. So all we're going to do is click Add Offer. And we're going to pop that offer text in. Now, this can be the same terminology we used at the beginning when creating the discount code. Now, underneath, you'll see we've got all of our discount codes. I'll change that to 20. Underneath, you'll see we've got all of our discount codes. These discount codes will pull through automatically from Fusion. So you'll notice there's my Chris test one, there's the email birthday one, all of the ones that appeared in discounts of our Shortcuts Fusion system. And of course, the reason we do that, assign a discount code to track your return on investment. Now we're going to look at the return on investment right at the end of today's masterclass. You can add in your terms and conditions, so only redeemable off of one service, valid from 30 days from receipt of this voucher. Then underneath, we've got a Book Now button. Now again, that Book Now button will pull through your online booking link all automatically. You do not need to upload anything at all. If you were to remove the Book Now button by clicking the cross in the top right-hand corner of the window, to bring it back, all we do is hit the plus or the Add Book button icon. And it will simply bring that Book Now button back. Now, of course, you may wish to have the Book Now button on this so the client can receive their offer and then, of course, ring up and make an appointment to treat themselves. And again, as we go down, we've got the Preview button. We can see how this will look. And there we can see there's our logo, there's our display image, there's the body of the email, there's our happy birthday text and the Book Now button. Now, of course, this has got a perforated edge just in case they do wish to cut that out or show it to you on their phone. And that will be redeemable at the point of sale screen in your main shortcut system. Now, as well as previewing your emails, you may wish to send yourself a test. That way you can check all of your links work correctly and your personalized fields are working correctly. So to do this, we may just wish to click on to Send Test. Now, upon clicking Send Test, you will receive this into your inbox. And it may say Dear John, okay, as the client's name. Please don't worry if it does say that. That just basically means it's pulling through the correct name. It's testing your personalized fields are working correctly. So please do not worry if it says Dear John. Essentially, that's what we want it to say. And then it will also have a random appointment date and a random appointment time. Again, that is just letting you know that your personalized fields are working correctly. Now, as we said, we've only been looking at emails, so you may wish to activate your emails. But underneath, we do also have where it says SMS. Now, SMS is nice and straightforward. So essentially, there won't be any logos, there won't be any images or anything like that. And there's only 138 characters to be used. So please bear that in mind. Where it says insert offer here, that is where you would add in the 20% or the 5% or whatever it may be. It will not pull through automatically. But you will notice a top tip for you. You will notice it says here, send SMS, only when no email will be sent or always. Now, I would recommend changing it to only when no email will be sent because, of course, you may have some of your clients that have only got a text message, they might only have a mobile number stored in a database and not an email address. Or it may be they have both. So primarily they'll be sent their email if you activate it, but if you do not have their email address on file, but you do have their mobile number on file, they will be sent a text message instead of the email. So essentially we're covering you at all angles, but we're not sending duplicates. It will only send a text message when no email will be sent, helping to reduce costs, but at the same time, capturing a wider audience in your database. So that's send SMS only when no email will be sent. And then we can activate accordingly. So in the top left-hand corner, we're going to go back to our menu and we're going to go back to messages. So there are ongoing campaigns. Now, hopefully everyone feels fairly confident doing the ongoing campaigns. Like I said, the time to see you again, the Weem issues, they all open up in exactly the same way. It's only the send schedule that changes. But in particular for this morning, ladies and gents, I'm going to show you pre-arrival instructions. Now, this will send instructions to a client before their visit. So pre-arrival instructions. Now, understandably, this was more commonly used in coronavirus times. It was, letting clients know to still wear a mask or arrive alone or bring their own refreshments. But again, with our pre-arrival instructions, send instructions to a client before their visit. It can go anywhere from minutes to hours to days before. So, of course, coronavirus times aside, shall we say, you may wish to just let your clients know 2 days before if they need to cancel, there will be a charge. Or, if you want to let them know of any particular parking restrictions or anything like that, you can still use pre-arrival instructions for that. But in particular, the reason I'm showing you this one is a lot of the times by default, when you look at this, you may have some wording that says, please await further instructions from our team. Okay. Now, if you are looking at this campaign and you see the wording that says, please await further instructions from our team before arriving at reception, that kind of begs the question. It sort of says, well, if we're waiting for pre-arrival instructions, where are they going to come from? So really, there's 2 ways we can do this. You could write your pre-arrival instructions in here. So, please maintain social distancing, everything like that. You can still put all of that in there, or you can delete that out. And as we said, by default, it will say, please await further instructions from our team before arriving. So as we said, that begs the question, where are these pre-arrival instructions going to come from if we're waiting for them? So what we have is, if we go to our appointments, you also have something called ad hoc text messages. So for example, if I was to click on an appointment in the cloud and click onto the 3 dots, you'll notice there's an option that says SMS customer. On the right-hand side, you could write a text message to this customer. So for example, 1 or 2 days ago, they could have received their pre-arrival instructions outlining, please await further instructions. And then from here, we could write those further instructions in here. Or, as you'll notice, there's also a drop-down arrow where it says, please come to the front desk, or we are running late. So you could still use those aside. You don't have to use them in conjunction with your pre-arrival instructions. You can still use those independently. So it may be you've noticed you're running 5 minutes late and you just want to get a quick text message to your client to let them know we're running late. Tap on the appointment through the cloud, click the 3 dots, SMS customer, and then choose from one of our templates. Now, there's some templates that we've created for you. You, of course, may wish to create your own templates, one that you may wish to use, quite a lot. Maybe you want to let that client know they still haven't had a patch test. So again, in our cloud, we can click onto menu. We can go down to communication setup, and we can click onto SMS templates. Click onto new, and then we can create our own template that can be used under ad hoc text messages through the cloud. So that in particular was why I just wanted to show everybody that this morning. But that is essentially our ongoing marketing campaigns. But what about our one-time marketing campaigns? What about the campaigns that we only want to be sent out the once? Ones that perhaps are a little bit more seasonal. King's coronation, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's Day, Christmas. It may be you've had a flood, power cut, we've all been there before. So we have 2 different variations of a one-time campaign. We have message all clients, which will send a once only campaign to all customers in your database. And we have a targeted campaign. So we're going to start with message all clients, which will essentially message every client in your database. Now, when you do this, you can change from female to male to unspecified. You can also change the send date or the send time. So you can be nice and proactive with this. Now, one thing you will notice if you were to click onto email or text message, everything will essentially be blank. The reason this is of course, we don't know what you want to say at this stage. Could be a Mother's Day, could be a price increase, could be advertising the app, the online booking, closing early, could be anything like that. But the same rules apply. We've got the display logo, we've got the display image, we've got the subject, the body, the offer, the book now, and everything like that. The same sort of setup does apply there. So that is our message all clients. Now, when you do click on to activate for this particular campaign, as well as the targeted campaign, it will let you know how many customers this is going to go to. So maybe you're about to send out 3,000 emails or 3,000 text messages, something like that. But that is our message all clients. That's all clients in your database. But what about if we wanted to target our clients? We don't want to send it to all clients. We wanted to target clients. So again, in the top left, we're going to click message type, and we're going to go down to targeted campaign. Now, you might be thinking at this stage, you know what, Chris, I have no idea who I'm going to target and how would I target and what kind of clients would I target? Well, of course, I'm going to give you some of my top tips. So when it comes to a targeted campaign, there's two ways we can do it. Under recipients, we can use an imported customer list, which is where we create and then import a list of customers based on some demographic criteria, which we're going to talk about in just a moment. Or you can do appointments within a date range. Again, commonly used when we came out of lockdown in April 2021, I think it was. We wanted to contact all of those customers that were currently booked in, blocked out whilst we were in lockdown. Of course, also did it very recently. Unfortunately, a salon suffered from a flood, so they weren't able to get into the salon. But they had, a fair few hundred clients booked in for the week. When they reopened a week later, they wanted to go back and contact just all of those customers that were booked in for the previous week. So all they did was added in a start date and an end date, and it will include no-show, cancelled, and deleted appointments, because of course the customer may have deleted their appointment through the app or via the online booking platform as well. So that is appointments within a date range. But what about if we want to import a customer list? We want to create a targeted list of clients ourselves based on some demographic criteria. So you can see it says upload exported list from Fusion. Now, Fusion is the name of your main shortcut system. So we're going to import and export a list of clients from our Fusion system. So to do this, all we're going to do is open up Fusion. And on the right-hand side, we're going to go to Tools, and we're going to go down to Marketing. Now, there's essentially sort of no right or wrong way. There's no one size fits all when it comes to this, but play around with it and see what works best for you. So we're going to start off nice and simple. So on the left-hand side, you'll notice it says clients restricted to all clients. We've already got a message all clients in the cloud. We've already looked at that one. We want to target our clients. So on the right-hand side, we're going to click this icon here that says clients. And we're going to start to filter our clientele down. So at the top here, you can do it via town, if applicable. And you can also do it via preferred employee, a very popular and common one. Now, you may or may not be aware that in Shortcuts, if a customer has one of your employees 3 or more times in a row, they are automatically defaulted to the preferred employee. So, for example, you may have one of your staff members as having a price increase, or they're changing their working days or hours. Maybe they're going on maternity leave. And we want to essentially let all of their clients know, air quote, let all of their clients know that they're going on maternity leave, or they're leaving, they're having a day off, they're having a price increase. So we can click the drop down arrow, and then we can send all of my customers. So it's not going to go to all customers, it's essentially going to go to my customers. That aside, in the top right hand corner, we can also do it via a club. So maybe you've got a staff club, maybe you've got a loyalty club, maybe you've got a family club, VIP, student, NHS, whatever it may be, and you just want to let all of the customers in the club know that maybe the club is changing, maybe certain T's and C's are changing. You can do it via referral methods, so you want to find all of your clients that walked past, Facebook, Instagrams, via occupation. And again, underneath, you can also do new clients, clients who refer, or non-returning clients. Now, these are currently default ongoing ones in your cloud, but you may just wish to create your own ones here. So you may wish to change the date range ever so slightly to find new clients or non-returning clients. The standard non-returning client one, just to let you know, in the cloud is 16 weeks. You may wish to change that to 20 weeks or something like that, or 10 weeks or 8 weeks, depending on your business model. But you can do that under non-returning clients. You can also filter your clients via service frequency. So you can find your clients that have had less than 10 appointments, shall we say, a great way to try and entice them back. Or on the flip side, you can find your real regular clients and do ones that are greater than, 150 appointments and really reward them maybe at the end of the year. Same for pounds. You might wish to find your real low spenders or your real top spenders. And same for products, frequency, and pounds. So that's a very basic and simple way to filter our clientele down. But as we find ourselves back at the home screen, you'll notice we've almost got what we call a split screen. And it says at the top here, services done, products purchased. Services not done, products not purchased. So this is an organic upsell, should we say. It's almost based on transactional marketing. So for instance, we could do products purchased. And you'll notice to the left-hand side for products purchased, we have both company, lines, and products. So for products purchased, we could go to companies, and we could find anybody that has purchased any American Crew product. That'll be any line, any product. But they've not purchased Davines. So nice and broad, nice and specific. That would find us a list of clients that have purchased any American Crew, but no Davines. And same sort of thing we can also do via the lines of products. So we could then say, you've always purchased the LMS additional, but you've never purchased the LMS biotic. So that would then find all the clients that have found or purchased any LMS additional items, but never the LMS biotic. And again, we can be super specific. We can click on the specific product here and say, you have always purchased the LMS. I don't know, what should we go for? Let's have a look. You've always purchased the night cream, or you've always purchased the day cream, but you've never purchased the night cream. So it's an organic upsell and it's based on transactional marketing. It also works fantastic if a new product is introduced into the range. So for example, it may be LMS have always had a day cream, and they just literally just create a new night cream. And you think that would really befit your customers that have always purchased the day cream. You think, look, you always purchased the day cream. LMS have just introduced a night cream. We think it would really suit your skincare regime perfectly. And it would then target all of those customers. Also does fantastically for our hair products. If we've got things like a dry shampoo and then a dry conditioner, and in that exact same range, they introduced a dry leave-in conditioner or a dry leave-in balm or a dry final fix hairspray, and you think it would befit that range perfectly. So that's our products. But what about our services? So for services done, again, we can be nice and specific or nice and broad. So for example, I could click onto categories and I could find my clients that have always had a color service. That would be any color service, but have never had a styling service. So you could create a fantastic campaign saying, look, you've always come in for a color service, but let us finish that color service off with one of our blow dries or one of our, haircuts, and really let us show off that color. And again, we could be nice and specific. We could delete that out, and then we could say for services, you've always had a half head of highlights, but you've never had a full head of highlights. And again, you could create a nice campaign saying, look, with this £5 off voucher, let us do a full head of highlights. We'll go through the parting, down the sides, down the back as well. Also works perfectly for our salons that offer both hair and beauty. So you could do your categories as you've always had hair, color, styling, but you've never had beauty, facials, massages, nails, things like that. It's a way to organically upsell based on some transactions. Now, a firm favorite of mine, a lot of us, we offer Wellerplex, Olaplex, Fiberplexes, anything like that. So one of my firm favorites is to, under services done, I go to my categories and I choose color. I then click done. Under services not done, I choose a specific service, and under my treatments, I choose my specific color, my Olaplex, my emulsion, my Wellerplex, anything like that. Now, for the majority of us, we charge around £20 to £30 for these in-color treatments. And as we know, it only takes us a couple of minutes to mix it up within the color. So adding this on and highlighting and targeting all of our clients that have not had a color treatment, it's a great way to organically upsell to those clients and get them speaking about those color treatments. So for example, you found here, I've got all of my clients that have had a color service, but they've not had an emulsion treatment. Now, once you've finished targeting your clients, all you need to do down the bottom of the screen is click onto compute. It will bring up a list of your customers. So these are my clients, these are my customers that have had any color service, but they've not had a treatment. So we can see on the right-hand side, there's a potential for around 50 customers. So I could create a lovely campaign giving a few pounds off, saying we usually charge £30 for our in-color emulsion treatment. But with this voucher, we're going to offer you £5 off. You've now got it for the steal at £25. They will then hopefully always have this color treatment moving forward. They will then hopefully not be able to live without it. So in your campaign, you can put some fantastic, reports about an Olaplex treatment or a Wellerplex treatment or a Fiberplex treatment or any kind of treatment like that. You can put a nice image, anything like that. So we've got 50 customers here. I would exclude potentially children, if you don't want us to go to children, of course. And of course, if you're going to send this out via email, you may wish to exclude your clients with no email. Now, you'll notice on my system there, it has dropped from around 49 to around 6. So always to bear that in mind. And of course, one thing, if you are going to send this out via text message, please, please, please ensure you exclude customers with no mobile. Because whilst it will still affect the results, if they do not have a mobile on file and a text message is sent to that customer, it will bounce back. So please bear that in mind, and you will be charged. So once we've got our list of customers, on the right-hand side, we're going to click Save. And there's two things we're going to do. We're going to rename it. And then from here, we're going to click onto Browse. Okay, we're going to just simply choose a location to save this text file to. Now you'll notice it wants to save it in a folder called Letters, in a folder called Point of Sale, in a folder, in a folder, in a folder. Now in a few moments time, you'd probably wonder where this document was saved to. So please do save it somewhere safe and secure that of course you will be able to find again. So once we've saved it, we then just simply go back to our cloud-based campaigns. Let me just close that back down. We then just go back to our cloud-based campaigns, and we just click the option where it says choose file. And then from there, we would go to our documents or wherever it may be and upload that file. From here, I would then recommend creating the campaign. I always recommend creating the client list first, just in case there's not many clients in your particular demographic list that you created. No point spending ages creating a fantastic campaign only to work out it's going to go to 10 or 15 customers. And then from there, of course, we can activate it. And that, ladies and gents, is how we can look at our ongoing campaigns as well as our one-time campaigns. Now, I have said throughout this, we're going to assign a discount code to track on return on investment. So when a client comes in for their appointment and they do show us a discount code or the discount promotion code on the phone, you would simply add it into the discount column or discount button here. And it would be that same discount code or that same discount reason we created at the beginning. That will bridge the gap and show us a return on investment. Now, of course, we could just manually take 20% off, but then we've got no way of knowing it was taken off for the birthday campaign. There'll be no paper trail. There'll be no way of backtracking. And therefore, we'll have no idea of knowing how well that birthday campaign is working for us. And of course, if our clients are even using it. So once we check the customer out, always ensure we assign it to the discount code. And last but not least, in our cloud appointment book, we can then track the return on investment. And this is all done via menu, reports, campaign summary. We can set ourselves a date range at the top here if we need to, but by default, we'll always go to the current week that we're working on. So I'm just going to set myself a nice big date range. So hopefully we get a lot of information in there. Click onto view. And then we can see our ongoing campaigns and our once-off campaigns. We can see the method, whether it was via email or SMS. We can see the status, if applicable, how many were sent, how many were delivered, how many clients opted out, how many bounced back if we had an incorrect email address or an incorrect phone number. Responses. Now, responses is if a client comes in and uses that discount code. That is if we run it through at the point of sale screen like we did just a few moments ago. Then, of course, discounts, that's the amount of money taken off of the client's bill. And then the sales, that's how much all of the sales came to after the discount was applied. So it's a great way to see sort of a comparison. Are we giving too much discount in comparison to the amount of money they're actually spending? So for example, are we giving them something like a 50% or a 75% discount? In comparison, they're getting too much money off in comparison to the amount of money they're spending. So from there, you may wish to just go back and reduce the amount of discount. Or of course, you may look at this and think, well, we've not had anyone use their birthday discount. Do we have the birthdays listed in the client card? You know, anything like that. Do we need to add in more emails? Do we need to sell more products? Things like that. But it's a great way to really track your return on investment as long as we are using those discount codes. And that is it. I think we are literally on the money there for our masterclass this morning. It's been a pleasure speaking to everyone. If you do have any questions, I open the floor to those now. So please feel free to drop those in the chat box, or if you want to unmute yourself and chat to me, please feel free to do that now. Thank you ever so much. Excellent stuff, lovely. Thank you very much. So perfect. Just while we wait for a few more questions and things like that to come in, hopefully everyone is able to join me. This is it for all of our masterclasses, obviously for April, but throughout May, June, July, for the rest of the year, don't worry, we're always going to be running these masterclasses. We are going to do them at different dates, different times. And also we are going to start to introduce different variations. We're going to do different ones throughout the week, won't just be once a week. We've got lots more different subjects to come up with. Some are going to be very, very in-depth for those of you that watching that really, really want to delve into the depths of shortcuts. And we're also going to run through the basic day-to-day. We're going to run through management, employee management, everything like that. If you do always have any subjects that you want us to go through, please feel free to email either myself at education@shortcuts.co.uk, or you can email our marketing team and that will always find its way to me as well. But we've got lots of different subjects coming up. Please do always join me. It's fantastic having all my regular faces as well as my new faces. Lovely having you all on board throughout the weeks. But yeah, In the next couple of days, May's masterclasses will also be sent out as well. We're just fine tuning those at the moment, getting everything sorted for that. But May's will be sent out in the next 24 to 48 hours. And we've got a brand new enhanced app to show you as well. So we're going to be running through all of that throughout May, plus some new subjects. So do stay tuned, keep an eye on marketing, and do stay tuned on our website as well under online classes at the top under support. So do always look out for that. Also, as well, over the next couple of days, you will start seeing my face and my posts on Facebook and Instagram, things like that. I'm introducing myself, chatting with you via Facebook. So do follow our social media pages, our YouTubes, because that's where our videos will get uploaded to. But you can chat with me. You're going to see a lot more of me as well through the social media links. But yeah, thank you ever so much. Any other questions just for us this morning before I let you enjoy the rest of your day? Excellent stuff. Thank you very much. Cool. So I think that's it for all of the questions for this morning. It's been a pleasure speaking to everyone. Hopefully you'll all join me again throughout May. Enjoy the bank holidays if you've got those off, and enjoy the rest of your week. I shall speak to you all again soon. Thank you ever so much. Take care. Bye-bye for now.